Happy Wednesday. It is a glorious Wednesday. Hopefully, everyone else is having a glorious Wednesday. But for one person, they're not having a glorious day, and that is the Democrats. Because meet Mayra Flores, the newly elected Latina Republican from South Texas, the first Mexican born Congresswoman to serve for the next 7 months after a big special election win goes to her. That's right, for the next 7 months, because there was a special election, because the other guy, which was a Democrat, now this seat was held by a Democrat for over 100 years. One source says in 150 years. But that guy decided to quit to go to a lobbyist that operates out in D.C. I have my opinions towards that dude because he should have just stuck it out and wait until January or till November for the election and then left January because he pretty much campaigned, was voted on, and mid-shift leaving. But without that being said, with all that being said, for the next 7 months, a slice of South Texas will be represented in Washington by Mayra Flores, a Mexican born Republican woman from the Rio Grande Valley, a longtime Democrat region where Flores' special elections win on Tuesday marked several firsts. Flores sailed to victory in Texas in the 34th district, where former Democrat Rep. Philemon Vela resigned from the seat in March to work for a lobby firm in one of the most Latino districts in the country, and one where Democrats have routinely won by comfortable margins for years. Flores garnered 51% of the vote, winning the special election without a runoff. The district lines are shifting for the next elections in November 2022, but she will hold the seat until January. Hopefully, she holds it for the next term as well. Flores immigrated from Tamaulipas, Mexico. Hopefully, I'm saying that name right. When she was 6 years old, and grew up in the Rio Grande Valley region. In addition to working as a respiratory care practitioner, Flores served as the Hidalgo, I'm pronouncing these Spanish names wrong, but Hidalgo County GOP Hispanic Outreach Chair to increase and maintain Republican support among Latinos in the area, which has been ramping up in recent years. All right. Before Flores won her district Tuesday, President Joe Biden carried a 4-point over Donald Trump in 2020, a huge shift from previous presidential elections. Under these district lines, when Trump in 2016 and Mitt Romney in 2012 were blown out by the 20-plus point each, while Flores grew up seeing most of her immigrant family vote blue, she eventually realized her views on religion, abortion, and border security were more in line with the Republican Party. She got involved in her local party 5 years ago. She told Politico, "For so long, people here just never had Republicans knocking on their doors and calling them the way we did in 2020. The majority of us are women that did it then and are doing it now because we feel it's our responsibility to keep the American dream alive," Flores said in February. Flores is part of a larger movement of the GOP Latinas from South Texas who are building on their party's recent gains and vying for congressional seats this year, including Monica de la Cruz, and Cassie Garcia, who won nomination for the other two political swing districts in the Rio Grande Valley earlier this year. Flores' special elections became a rallying point for local Republicans eager to make more gains later in 2022. Flores has outraised her fellow special election candidates, plastering airwaves with TVs and digital advertisements. In the month leading up to the Tuesday vote, many ad focuses on her marriage to a Border Patrol agent and her achievement of the American dream. Others criticize Biden for not controlling the border. The RNC also put down a tangible footprint in the area, opening up 4 engagement centers heavily in Hispanic regions to Texas to connect with the community members. It's a unprecedented, I can't say that word, that we're seeing because prior to 2020, we didn't have these kinds of support for all. Flores said in February, I can only imagine how much more we're going to be able to do with their support. While Republicans have made gains in Flores region, Democrats still support there, and in November, Flores will face a current Democratic Rep. Vicente Gonzalez of McAllen in a district drawn much more Democratic. But here's the thing. Here's what I think Democrats actually do really well is advertising, getting their voices heard, making the public know about them. And Republicans are lacking in that area. So I think what she did, and what a lot of current younger generation of not Democrats, but GOP members are doing, is that they understand the power of the messaging, or the power of the message and getting the message out there. And far too long, Republicans have taken it for granted that they'll just win. I think when Ted Cruz was running against Beto O'Rourke, Ted Cruz barely won. Now keep in mind, Ted Cruz was hated by both parties, but I think there's a new awakening of conservatism and a new awakening in the GOP party. And I don't think this is going to be the same GOP party of the Mitch McConnells and the Lindsey Grahams. And hopefully they can build on this momentum. But for now, the state Republican leaders, including Greg Abbott and State House Speaker Dade Pfeil, who both support Flores' campaign, tweeted celebratory remarks at flipping the seat. Congresswoman-elect Mayra Flores and the people of Texas have a message for Joe Biden. On Tuesday, the red tsunami is here. I'm not ready to say it's going to be a red wave in November. This is definitely a warning shot. This is definitely something to celebrate, something to give you hope. But make no don't count your eggs before they hatch. Let me put it that way, because both sides will say the red wave's coming, the blue wave is coming, and in the end, it's kind of a wash where both parties lose seats but gain seats and have an equal gain, or that's not have a big a gain as we would hope. But this is what the GOP and the Republicans and the conservatives really need to do to win the hearts and minds of people, and that is to knock on the doors. That is to call people. That is to get your message out there. And when you do get your message out there, don't slander the other person. When I say slander, don't do the mudslinging. Don't say they're ruining America. Just focus on what you bring to the table, saying what policies you want to see enacted. Do a blueprint of what you would give to the people. It's easy. It's easy to go, I am running for Congress because that no good Democrat is destroying America. You see the high gas prices? That's because we have a Democrat in control. You don't want to go that message. You want to be like, I am going to work at regulations to improve people's lives by hopefully reducing the cost of gas. Also want to make sure that people are independent. Those type of messages. I mean, that's just my 2 cents. So for free suggestion to all these GOPs is don't really bash the other side. Just focus on making America great, because you can't make America great without making Americans great in the process. With that being said, do you think a red wave is coming, or do you think a blue wave is coming, or do you think it's going to be somewhere in the middle? I don't know. It's too soon to tell. Definitely, election day is going to be interesting. The polling numbers are going to be interesting. And I don't have an opinion. I do have an opinion. I just don't have a prediction one way or the other. I'm hoping for a red wave both in the Senate. Hopefully, we see a majority Republicans take office, just so we can put the Democrats in notice. Hopefully, no Democrats win. But that's just my opinion. But I don't know what's going to happen. With that being said, leave a comment down below what your thoughts are. Smash the like and subscribe button on all platforms, or just the platform you're currently watching. But most importantly, have yourself a wonderful day, morning, or evening.